kiddos. I'm going to do the next reading for you. The Talk. Sorry, Wesley's looking at it. Stop it. Go. Just go.
Why don't you use it the other way?
Because it's recording me.
I mean, like, switch the way the camera's
Dude, come on. Just go. Sorry.
Hi.
The shelter room is...
Hi.
The shelter room is a mess. Beds unmade, our clothes in boxes, Ray's and Lita's few toys abandoned on the floor. It's a wonder how 5 of us live here. Sitting in the double bed, Pop suitcase between us. I can't breathe right. It feels like the room is getting smaller. There's no window to remind me there's air outside. Pop's palms cut my hand. Your mom said I should have told you years ago, but I wanted to protect you. Didn't think you were old enough. Pop's being kind, but underneath his skin, I sense his stress, a low panic in his mustache. In his muscles and bones. Sorry, Zoe's eating really weird. Brave. The word pops inside my head. Pop's being brave. Now that I realize Pop's talking means more pain, I lie. I'm not old enough. Steam clicks on, the radiator pipes cling, and there's a... Is this true? Seems like a girl who'd go to the Pop swallows. He doesn't say the 9/11 memorial is old enough. What happened to you, Pop? You know what happened. Yeah, but what happened to you? Pop unsnaps a suitcase, locks, a red and blue tie, 5 plastic bags, a photograph. His hands shake. He lifts the picture. Let's start with the family first. 3 guys dressed in matching pants, shirts, and red and blue ties, all of them happy, their arms wrapped around each other. Lewis and Big Kelly, my coworkers. Friends, Hernandez and O'Brien, and me 15 years ago. So young and stupid. James Barnes, you're not stupid. Pop smiles slightly. Maybe not. But ever since that day, I feel stupid, helpless, angry. These were my friends, and I couldn't save them. Pop closes his eyes. His head sags. Your head hurts. Oh my God. I message his head like Ray does. After a few minutes, Pop kisses my hands. Let me try and finish. I've been delaying telling this story for a long time. Quiet, I sit beside him. Pop stares at nothing, like he's staring into a void deeper and darker than the memorial holds. His voice scratches with emotion. We were teasing Lewis. His wife just had a little girl, and Lewis couldn't stop talking about Mieja. Kelly kept testing. Kids are trouble, but Big Kelly and me were setting aside money each payday to buy a baby swing. You wind it up, and it plays music and rocks the baby. Ray and Lita never had such a swing. Did I? I don't remember it. I think we've always been poor. We've just gotten poorer. Like Pop's headaches have gotten worse. We were the front desk security team. We greeted visitors, signed the packages, important mail, and most of all, welcomed the workers. Thousands of them. Each day they'd swipe their badges and we'd say hello. Good morning, then later after lunch, good afternoon, then good evening. Ordinary stuff, but we got to those we got to know those faces, those people who worked with us in the North Tower, the sanitation workers, the computer analysts, finance folks, the restaurant team on the 106th and 107th floors. The building was like a small city, and me, Lewis, and Kelly were the day shift, the most important shift, welcoming everybody to work, like a home. Yes, how'd you know? You said family. In school, we talked about social groups, how we form connections, relationship. Pop hugs me. You've got a fine school. I know, friends too. I wouldn't want any of them hurt. Terrible for anyone to be hurt. Worse to remember faces. Each one special, different, unique. Funny how personalities fit faces, or maybe it's faces that fit personalities. Like Sabine, she's so kind, and you can tell because her lips tilt up, ready to smile. And Ben, he wears those funny round glasses and hardly smiles. But there's calm about his face, calm but strong. I struggle with my words. Not like a bully strong, a safe strong, even though he isn't big at all. I know what you mean. Big Kelly was ever so gentle. Lewis just average size, but he carried himself like a bear. That's how he was that day, strong, protective. I slip my hand into Pop's. Pop strokes my hair and kisses me right on the nose like he sometimes does with Lita. Funny this moment. I feel safe. I worked the North Tower for 5 years. Knew everybody and everybody knew me. 40 hours a week for 52 weeks a year. For 5 years adds up to 10,400 hours. You get to know folks. Pop chuckles. Me, Lewis, and Kelly made a big to-do about new hires, telling them how the elevators whizzed like lightning, how the building swayed in fierce winds, how the best hot dog could be bought a block away, how working in the tower meant you made it. Made it to the center of New York, the center of the world. Pop swallows, trembles. His face looks like he's walking from a nightmare. I should have told you years ago, Deja. I've been too terrified. I still see, feel, hear, smell every last bit of it. When I close my eyes, when I sleep and dream, when I see a clear blue sky, that day, the day of attack, was the clearest day I've ever seen in New York. Perfect blue. A day so beautiful it promised nothing bad would happen. He pulls out the bags one by one. This is my name tag. This is my walkie-talkie. On this, I heard Lewis and Kelly calls for help. Oh my gosh. See the building shook? Bam, bang. Didn't know then a plane had hit. Only heard emergencies, distress calls. Lewis and Kelly took the elevator. I told them no, too dangerous, but the building was over 100 floors. They wanted to race to help, be where they were most needed. I don't know if they ever made it off the elevator, ever got to the firestorm. If the elevator doors opened on desperation, or if they were trapped, elevators shut down. Elbows on his knees, Pop cries. I wrap my arms about his waist, lay my head on his back. See, Deja, I don't exactly know what happened, but I imagine. Imagining makes my head ache, explode, pow. This is my flashlight. He takes a dirty crack light out of the plastic bag. She says, Mama, now. I grabbed it, headed for the stairwell. It was filled with smoke and dust falling like water. Down the stairs, over the rails. Fire. You could smell it. Even if it was a dozen stories up, the air stank. Folks were rushing down. I recognized them. Even faces twisted with fear. I recognized every one of them. I was scared, Deja. The building kept moaning, chattering its pain. The electrical power went. Battery-powered lights switched on. Folks were scared, but still trying to be nice, helping others. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10 flights of stairs. I was exhausted, lungs aching. Still folks coming down, sounding like an elephant herd. 2 men were carrying a man in a wheelchair. Coughing, I held my jacket over my mouth. Where was I going? What did I expect to do? I don't know. I just kept thinking I should be running up to help, not out. Finding coworkers, my work family. I kept going up and up. The handrail was warming. Close to the top, the metal rail burned hands. Then the firemen. Oh my word, so wonderful. Deja. Racing, carrying 65 pounds of equipment, moving like warriors. A few helmet lights crisscrossed in the stairwell. A captain kept soothing. Stay calm, everybody down. Everybody down. We'll put out the fire. I recognized police, port authority, police too. I wanted to help them, be as brave as them. Everybody was escaping and they were going up. 12 floors. Folks were more slowly coming down. Smudges, dirt in their hair, small burns. You could tell they were disoriented, traumatized. Firemen and police kept stepping faster and faster like they didn't need to breathe, like they were Superman, Iron Man, Captain America. Miss Abel from the accounting firm on the 37th floor fell against me. I staggered. I knew it was her. She always wore hats no matter what. Church hats, I called them. Like any second, she was going to sing gospel. James, I can't move, too scared. Help me down, James. Help an old lady down. Miss Abel's eyes were wild. She clutched my shirt. It's bad up there, bad. Then Miss Abel's hat got knocked off. Spinning down the stairwell, she wailed, my hat, and I knew then her hat covered thinning air. How it had been a crowd and make her not feel so old. The building whined. Inside it felt like there was an earthquake shaking the foundation, the walls, windows, and ceiling. Take me, please, James. My flashlight shone on floating ash. It was petrifying, trying to move frail Miss Abel, feeling the press of bodies pushing down and the responsers pushing up. My arm protected her some. Inch down, inch down. Pop looks upward at the ceiling. Did you know, Deja? Stretching steel shrinks, clings as joints shift. Something told me the tower was dying. Come on, Miss Abel. We've got to move faster. Come on. Shh, you're okay. She was trembling and crying. I picked her up, held her like a baby. Down, down, down. We squeezed down in a crunch of people. 2 steps, 1 steps, trying to get to the first floor. There was a massive shudder. My arms and back got bruised. There was no sound. Ma'am, you're being very disruptive. People, yes, screaming, complaining, but the building seemed to still hush. For a half a second, it hit me. We're going to die. I don't understand. Neither do I. But there was a silence before the worst hit, before the storm, whatever it was. Floor 3, we made it to 3 when there was a rush and roar like a train barreling down a track. You could hear screams high above, clashes, clangs, explosions, concrete bursting, windows breaking. I started running and ran, keeping Miss Abel close to my heart. She was crying like a baby, and I kept saying, "Hush, it's all right," when I wanted to scream my mind and heart out. The tower was collapsing. We barely made it out alive. Smoke, rock, and ash were everywhere. Pop, I'm so sorry. He picked up another plastic bag, my wallet, so dirty, even though it was in my pocket. Pop hugs me, whispering in my ear. People's belongings flew everywhere. He pulls back, taking the last bag from the suitcase. I got Miss Abel to an ambulance. Both towers down, just gone. Crippling smoke. The bag he holds it high. Holds some of the dust, ashes too. Why do you keep it? Reminds me it's inside me. What's inflaming my lungs? That's why you cough? I didn't know Pop had a real reason to be sick. It reminds me, too, of how worthless I was. How I couldn't protect my work family. Not then. How can I protect my family now? Look at this place. I do. It's so sad looking. On the floor, Ray has some blocks stacked high. Amazing they haven't been knocked out. I can believe Lita left her pink pacifier on the bed. Ma nailed a blanket to the wall to cover cracks. Eyes closed, elbows on his knees. Pop wheezes. I think you're a hero, Pop. If Miss Abel were here, what do you think she'd say? Pop opens one eye and looks at me. Then he opens the other. How much family do you think Miss Abel has? How many folks did you make happy? Children, grandchildren, sisters, uncles. Without you, there wouldn't be our family. Mom would have married someone different and it wouldn't be the same. Better? How could you say that? I'm Deja, the original one and only. You're my brave Pop. Then I give him kisses like he used to give me kisses. Hundreds of them all over his face, his brow, eyelids, and nose. Kisses are so fast and furious. All Pop can do is laugh and laugh some more. Pop, I hesitate. I don't want to make him feel worse, but I have to know Pop was there. Why they hate us, the terrorists? I don't know. I've been wrestling with why the World Trade Center was America's financial engine, the American dream. Pop brass. Because of the terrorists, I've lost it. Can't hold a job. Even when my cough is better, closed spaces, blue skies make me anxious. That can't be all of it. I mean, innocent people died. Families, relationships were broken, destroyed. Pop strokes my hair. I think the terrorists don't understand that. If they did, they couldn't hurt innocent people. I want to fall on the bed and cry. I never should have been angry at Pop. 6 weeks at a new school has changed everything. School didn't teach me everything about 9/11. Still, I understand a lot more now. I understand some of the enormous hurt to families, my family and country. Pop, I don't think it's just jobs and money. I think maybe the terrorists hate us because we believe in freedom for everybody. Freedom to be who you are, have a different religions. Isn't that why folks immigrate? That's what makes our society family. America, home. Even though we're all different, we're the same Americans. Pop's eyes brighten. You must be the smartest girl in your class. No, Pop. There's a lot of smart kids, but I'm learning. The Manhattan skyline has changed. You should see the September 11th Memorial, Pop. Take me inside the 9/11 Memorial Museum. We should see it together. And that's the end. Sorry, I was giggling sometimes. I had this little Missy over here. Say hi, darling. Making a mess for the dogs to clean up. But in all seriousness, that book was very touching, and I want just reflect on it. Reflect on what some of the people went through, how that affected people that weren't even there, and how it could change everybody's life. We will have another book. I brought like 5 or 6 home so we can read. So don't worry if you thought you were done doing read out louds, you're wrong. But miss y'all, love you, and I'll see you later. Bye.